Kababayan Today. If you're just joining us, pinapanood po natin ang art, activism, and academia kasama si Giovanni Ortega.
I'm here with Marcia Habib, one of the organizers of International Day, and we're here at the Saudi Arabia tent. And can you feel the comfortability that we're in? Yeah, clothing and some tea. I'm gonna have some dates to eat later on. And so just wanted to talk a little bit about this event. Marcia, why do you think it's very important to organize something like this in the 5 Cs?
I think there's 2 reasons it's really important. One reason is it gives international students and American students who are attached to a cultural heritage a chance to share food and culture from their home country with everybody from the Claremont Colleges. And the other thing I think is great is that we develop student leadership skills by having students organize booths, be booth coordinators. I mean, they really put everything together. They're the driving force behind this. So I think it helps develop student leadership. It's great.
Awesome. Thank you. How long has this been running for?
This is the 37th year.
37th year?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long have you been involved in the organizing
I've
aspect
been
of it?
working at iPlace. This is my 2nd festival, but before that I worked at Claremont Graduate University, which is just close by, and I used to volunteer for 8 years.
Now, you said iPlace, International Place?
Yeah, International Place of the Claremont Colleges. So we're the International Student Center for the 7 colleges here.
Wow. And I gather there's more events and activities outside of International Day.
Yes.
Can you name some of those things that you guys do?
We have a really big event in November at Bridges Auditorium in Pomona. It's called the International Gala, and it's basically a talent show for international students, and we also serve international snacks. And this is an event that is totally student-driven, and it's free to the public. So last year we had almost 600 attendees.
Wow, that's
and a lot of them were community members, and a lot of them were students, so it was great.
And it's not just exclusive for students or faculty or staff of the 5 Cs, it's an open, wide community event.
Yes, that's our goal. And then we have events throughout the year. We do everything from employment workshops and tax workshops, which are practical for our international students, to fun things like we did a trip to Joshua Tree last month, whale watching trips. We do these fun events throughout the year too.
Hey, we're back. I am with Tiffany and Maya, who are members of Mariachi Serrano de Claremont. How are you two doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. We were watching you perform, and that was amazing. That was really beautiful music you were playing. And what is your role in the banda?
We're co-presidents.
Now, when you play and perform, do you play for community-wide events like this one? And do you do like private events for different colleges?
Yeah, we play at both community events, kind of like this, where it's open to the community. But then we also do play at kind of private events. Most of all our gigs are on campus, though. And some of them are private with certain clubs, and some of them are more open. So just depends.
Now let me ask you this: why do you think it's inherent and important to retain this kind of musical and cultural heritage, especially with mariachi?
Well, my experience personally is when I first came to college, I had no experience with mariachi music. I had listened to it because my grandparents would listen to mariachi music, but it wasn't necessarily something I was very familiar with. But I mean, I've had fun since I've been here, and I guess what I've learned from it is, I don't know, you go to kind of family gatherings and the same mariachi songs will come on, and it's the songs that your grandparents know, and it's the songs that like your parents are familiar with, and I think that there's something very important in keeping those songs alive and in the memory. And
now, for someone who wasn't as familiar to mariachi music and they joined your banda, what kind of experiences have they had when they kind of just dove in into learning this kind of music?
Well, it's a very different style of music. It's very different, especially as we come from classical, orchestral kind of music. So it took a different
Attitude almost?
yeah, and readjusting how you how you play the instrument.
Yeah,
And
But it's fun. It's very, you have to be very energetic with it and very interactive with the audience. It's very much like the audience is involved just as much as like we are. So it's very.
because they could sing along
Yeah,
if they
it's
know
very
the songs, right?
exactly, so.
Con una cinta morada, con una cinta morada, yo tenía mi cascabel. Y como era yo lo
I'm here with Andrea Mackey, and who just finished reading a story at the storytelling booth for International Day. So Andrea, which story were you really connected to as we were telling stories, sharing stories of our culture, the Philippine culture?
Well, Why the Piñas Have 100 Eyes. Because my mom told me this story when I was much younger, and to my brother and myself, because we could never find our things, so we'd always yell out for her. She's like, I'm going to turn you guys into piña, just so you can look for your things.
So it's like kind of like scolding you, but in a fantastical way, like
Yeah.
a storytelling way.
Pineapple.
With pineapple having many eyes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: why do you think it's important for Filipino Americans to learn about our heritage as we, get older here in the United States? Why is that important for us?
I mean, it's a major part of our identity. I mean, my mom, just hearing her whole stories all the time about back in the Philippines and just sharing that with her.
Which is a very typical thing of like a Filipino parent. It's like back in the homeland.
In the
right?
home, yeah. Like when we go to the Philippines, we're going back home. Even my dad says it. He's not from the Philippines, but we're just so invested in it.
Yeah. Where is the home of your family?
Oh,
in the
my
Philippines?
family's from Iloilo.
Iloilo.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you were there?
This summer, actually.
Nice.
So just visited. Yeah.
And what is it about the Philippines that really touches you whenever you get back there?
Just how fresh everything is.
Like the piña.
So good. I'd always order it off the streets. But just the people are just so friendly, and I just feel at home. Even with my cousins, if I haven't seen them for like a year and a half, we're still dancing together, and we're still having a good time.
Yeah, it's very much like an international day every day over there because there's always like food, there's always singing, there's dancing, there's tons of cuentos, storytelling,
Yes.
right?
Mabuhay! Magkasama sa Claremont Colleges!